Then Jupiter, due to retrograde motion, moving backwards, appeared to stop in the sky. Viewing Jupiter from Jerusalem, it would appear to be directly over Bethlehem. Bethlehem is about 6 miles south of Jerusalem. Came to its normal stationary position at the dawn on December 25th, 2 BC. Not only that, but the planet came to a stop in the constellation Virgo, the Virgin. It remained there for nearly 6 days. So what do we have here? We have the planet Jupiter appearing in conjunction with Venus in the constellation of Leo in the eastern sky in August of 3 BC. We then see Jupiter still in the constellation of Leo, passing the star Regulus 3 times during the next 10 months. Remember, Jupiter was considered the kingly planet, star Regulus the king star, and Leo the royal constellation. Then in June of 2 BC, some 10 months after the first conjunction of Jupiter and Venus, which caused them to appear as one bright star on the eastern horizon, these two stars appeared a second time in even closer conjunctions, only this time brighter yet, and now in the western sky. Then we find Jupiter appearing to stand still for a period of about 6 days due to its retrograde action. If we return back to Matthew 2, after Jesus was born in Bethlehem in Judea during the time of King Herod, Magi from the east came to Jerusalem and asked, "Where is the one who has been born King of the Jews? We saw his star in the east and have come to worship him." After they had heard the king, they went on their way, and the star they had seen in the east went ahead of them until it stopped over the place where the child was. When they saw the star, they were overjoyed. The scriptural account of this event tells us that the Magi initially saw the star in the east. A more accurate translation of the Greek is, "We saw his star when it came up in the east." These Magi had already experienced a triple conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn in 7 BC. These meetings of the two planets occurred in the constellation Pisces, which had long been associated with the Hebrew nation. In 6 BC, they had seen the conjunction of Jupiter, Mars, and Saturn in Pisces. Also in 6 BC, they would have seen a conjunction of Jupiter and the Moon, which was believed by some to herald the birth of a divine, immortal, and omnipotent person. Then in August of 3 BC, they see the conjunction of Jupiter and Venus in the constellation Leo appearing on the eastern horizon. This conjunction would have appeared as a single bright star. Then in June of 2 BC, some 10 months after the first conjunction of Jupiter and Venus, these two stars appear a second time in an even closer conjunction, only this time brighter yet, appearing as one bright star now in the western sky. Since both Pisces and Leo were associated with the Jewish nation, and Jupiter and Leo represented the birth of royalty, it is certainly convincible that what they saw convinced them that the time was at hand for the promised King of the Jews to be born. They would have been familiar with the Hebrew Scriptures and the writings of Daniel, which pinpointed the coming of the Messiah to the time they were living in. The conjunction of Jupiter and Venus in the western sky may have led them to Jerusalem. When they arrived in Jerusalem, they inquired where the child was. When they were told it was Bethlehem, they headed toward Bethlehem and experienced joy at seeing the star. The implication is that the star may have disappeared from view, but now had reappeared. This would harmonize well with the fact that Jupiter, due to the retrograde motion, appeared to stop in the sky over Bethlehem, as viewed from Jerusalem, which was about 6 miles north of Bethlehem. So have we identified the Star of Bethlehem?